Okay, in this video I'm going to talk to you about transmutation, sexual transmutation. Before I get into the topic though, please visit the link below at some point during this video to get a free electronic copy of my book, The Sex Education You Never Received. It's going to help you find your soulmate. Also too, if you would, please post a comment or a question below. Please like, subscribe, share. I'm doing daily videos for the next 11 months, so I could really use your help. My mission is to save and improve the institution of marriage. If you care about marriage, please support my content. Alright, so let's talk about transmutation. Transmutation is nothing more than taking that sexual energy, that sexual fire that God gives every man and woman, and converting it into a higher sort of power, or a higher sort of energy. It's just realizing that you don't have to be a slave to your lower half. You don't have to be a slave to your sexual reproductive organs. And this is mainly the case for a lot of men. I think there are very few men out there that can go, a long time without having sex. And that's a little bit of a hindrance. You know, as a man, especially if you're going to be getting married, you need to realize that it's important to be able to contain your sex force and not have like a leaky container. In the yoga tradition, they call this like brahmacharya, and it doesn't mean that you have to be a celibate monk all your life, no. Obviously, when you're in a marriage, you should be able to have as much sex as you want, but there are times when having sex is probably not the best thing to do. Particularly if your wife is pregnant. You don't want to be having sex while your wife has a baby, because it can actually be damaging to the baby. So I recommend that you learn how to be able to go at least, a month without having, well, even more than that, but be able to get control over your sex force. Be able, can you go 30 days without jacking off? Can you go, a year without having sex with a woman, without even thinking about it? Well, let's be realistic. It's challenging because as men, we are visually stimulated, and there's, in our culture in the West, women don't wear burlap, they don't wear like big coverings to cover themselves, because really, as men, we should be able to control ourselves. We should learn how to control our eyes and to control our sexual urges. But it's challenging. It's not easy. There was a book written a few years ago called Every Man's Struggle. That's a good book. I recommend it. But definitely, check out my book, The Sex Education You Never Received. That's a free one that you can get at my website. Please visit the link below and check that out. And just know that you can transmute the sex force. So some of the things that you can do, like number one, when you're feeling that sexual urge, just go to the bathroom. Make sure that you don't have to somehow just go to the bathroom. That could be all that you need to do, is just go to the bathroom. The other thing is you could probably generally reduce the red meat consumption, like get rid of it altogether, because I think red meat winds people up. It's got a lot of energy in it, and it relies on killing higher animals. I mean, cows and pigs, they don't have the same sort of wiring that we do as men and women, but they can feel, and they're not totally stupid. They know when slaughter is coming, and it's very challenging for them. So you don't want that. Fish, chicken, that's a little different. They don't have nearly the same sort of brain capacity that mammals do. So yes, I think they can learn and you know, there's some amazing things that I'm sure animals, lower animals, can even do, but still, it's not the same. And you know, going more into a vegetarian diet, that can greatly help. That can help reduce your sexual urges. You know, one of the general ideas too is to start meditating, learn how to start controlling your energy. And then another important thing that you can do as well is you can do an inversion, like a shoulder stand, maybe just put your legs up the wall. There's things that you can do when you're feeling this urge, and know that you don't have to always respond to it, you know, by having sex. So it's important to learn how to start getting control over your sex force. And I've got more information at my website. There's a lot of free information that I give you. There's also information in this book. So definitely visit that. And again, please like, subscribe, or share. And I'm going to sign off by saying, as I always do, the light in me honors the light in you. Peace.